What's going on, everybody, and welcome to Arrival Entertainment, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Knives Out mystery, Glass Onion. So Glass Onion is the sequel to the surprise hit Knives Out, which was written and directed by Rian Johnson back in 2019. This one is also written and directed by Rian Johnson, and it once again stars Daniel Craig as Detective Blanc. And this one stars a whole new cast of characters, including Edward Norton, Dave Bautista, Kate Hudson, Leslie Odom Jr., just to name a few of them. And just like the first movie, Detective Blanc, played again wonderfully by Daniel Craig, has to solve another murder mystery. I fell in love with Knives Out when I first saw it. It was one of my favorite movies of 2019. I bought the film on Blu-ray, and I bought the Target exclusive that came with this little book from the author of the movie, and I even double dipped for the Knives Out Steelbook, which looks like a book. It's got the pages of a book and all that. It's got this nice slipcover. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the first Knives Out movie. I'm also a really huge fan of Rian Johnson. In my opinion, he has never made a bad movie. I have liked or loved every single movie he has made. So when I heard he was going to be making a sequel to Knives Out, I got really excited. Then I got a little disappointed when I heard that Knives Out 2 and 3 were going to be on Netflix. Netflix bought up the rights to do 2 and 3, and they were going to show on Netflix. Now, if you know me, you know that I love movie theaters. I love buying movies physically. Not a huge fan of streaming. I'll watch stuff on streaming, but I don't. For me, I like seeing brand new movies in a theater. To me, it's a better experience. Even if it's a small independent movie that you can argue doesn't really need to be shown in a theater, I like going to movie theaters. I like that escapism. If I watch a movie at home for the first time, there's arguably, for me, more distractions there than distractions at the movie theater. But again, that's just me. So I was disappointed to hear that Knives Out 2 and 3 were going to be Netflix movies, but then I got excited once again when I heard that because of such good word of mouth for Knives Out 2, that Netflix was showing Glass Onion, the new one, in theaters for 1 week, and I got really excited. I said to my dad, we got to go see it in theaters, just like we saw the first one in theaters. I got really excited again, and I am so glad that this movie was shown in theaters, even if it was just for 1 week, because god damn, this movie is just as fun as entertaining as the first one. I was very curious on what direction Rian Johnson was going to take with this one. Is Ana de Armas's character going to be back in this one? Is the Thrombey family even going to make an appearance in this one? But then I found out that this was just going to be a completely different mystery with completely new characters, completely new situation, completely different setting. And I thought, okay, that's cool. I like the fact that we have a murder mystery series that's where it's a sequel, but it doesn't really connect to the previous film in any way, besides the character of Detective Blanc. So you can go into Glass Onion without having seen the first Knives Out movie, and you would be completely fine with it. There's no winks and nods to the first one, and that's very refreshing to see. You know, as sequels become more and more intertwined together, it's very refreshing to see a movie that's a sequel but doesn't connect to the previous film in any way. It's very similar to Death on the Nile this year. Besides the character, the main detective in the film, it doesn't really connect too much to Murder on the Orient Express. And to me, I was very refreshed seeing that, and I think it was the smart direction for Rian Johnson to take. The story for this one I thought was very well told. Rian Johnson did a good job writing this film, as well as directing it. The editing is very good too. The editing is very smooth, very quick at times. Rian Johnson's direction is like that too. It was all together put together very well. And something that Rian Johnson I think does very well is focus a lot on the characters. All the characters in this film has their own quirks, has their own pros and cons and likability factors. Every character in this movie, whether they're a good person or a bad person, they're likable and funny and quirky in some way, shape, or form. And it's nice to see a movie like that where there's a lot of focus on characters without detracting from the main core of the movie, which is the murder mystery. That's something that Rian Johnson did very well in Knives Out, and he continues that with Glass Onion, which makes me even more excited for Knives Out 3 and more possible sequels, however many he decides to make. As long as Rian Johnson is on board, I think the Knives Out / Glass Onion franchise is in very safe hands. I also liked how bright and colorful this film looked. This film had such a good color palette to it. I don't normally talk about colors all that much in my reviews, but it's something that caught my attention. This movie was very bright and colorful. Then even the nighttime shots were very colorful and very well shot, I guess is what I want to try to say. Without getting into spoilers, there's a part in the movie where all the lights in the Glass Onion house mansion on this island turn off completely, and there's a lighthouse on the island, so the light is just going around and around, and these characters are moving around in the house, and every now and then you see the light flashing through the scene where they're at, so you get a quick glimpse of where the characters are at and what they're doing. It was all well told and well put together, and I love that part so much. It was a quick part, but I love that that little detail was there. And let's talk about Daniel Craig as Detective Blanc. I love Daniel Craig so much. He's one of my favorite actors, not just because of James Bond. I've seen him in quite a bit of other movies, and he's always my favorite part, or one of my favorite parts, in every movie he's been in. But next to James Bond, Detective Blanc is his character. I love this character. I love his humor. I love his weird Southern accent, as Chris Evans called it in the first one, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Foghorn, Leghorn drawl, as he called it in the first movie. I love his accent, and he's just a fun character. He's so funny, and Daniel Craig just warms up to the character so much, and I want him to come back for Knives Out 3. I hope he signed on for it if he hasn't by now. But yeah, Daniel Craig steals the entire show. Every scene he is in, my eyes are just focused on him because I love this character so much. And thank God he was in this movie, and thank God it wasn't just a one-hit wonder with his character in the first one. This movie at times feels like an old school mystery movie, which I'm sure is what it was based off of and what it was inspired by, and it was handled very well. I keep saying that, but that's the main thing that I take away from this movie. Everything was handled so well, just like the first movie. The writing, the directing, the acting, even the musical cues was all handled very well. And honestly, there's not really a bad thing that I can say about this movie. Everything kept my interest, whether it was character moments with these really likable characters, whether it's story development where we're following the story out of order like this film does at times, similar to the first movie, whether it's Detective Blanc putting this mystery together. It's everything in this movie just drew my attention at every aspect of it. And I love this movie. I loved it so much. I loved it just as much as the first one. I don't know whether I like the first Knives Out movie or this one a little bit more. I definitely need to see this one again because I'm sure there's some story parts that went past my head a couple times, but as of right now, I love this movie so much. I can't wait to watch it again when it comes on Netflix, and I'm so glad that this movie was in theaters, even if it was just for 1 week. If anyone from Netflix is watching this, please do the same for Knives Out 3 and other Knives Out movies if you guys get the rights to it. I really want to see these movies on the big screen. I think these movies deserve to be seen on the big screen. And I think Glass Onion is definitely Oscar worthy. If you still get a chance to see it in theaters, then definitely go see it in theaters. But if you can't see it in theaters, then make sure you see it when it comes on Netflix as soon as possible. And hopefully we get a Blu-ray of it. I'm not sure if we are, but I like to think that new movies like this, maybe some boutique label will pick up the rights, the distribution rights, and release a physical copy of it, but I really want a Blu-ray copy of this, so hopefully we get a Blu-ray copy, but if not, I'm going to be really disappointed, but at least we have it on Netflix. But it's getting really good word of mouth, so I have a feeling we might get a Blu-ray eventually for it. We'll see what happens with that. So guys, that is my review for Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Just like always, if you've seen the film, then please let me know what you thought about it in the comment section below. And just like always, guys, thank you again so much for watching. I know I've been lacking on videos lately, but that's mainly because I just started a new job, so I'm readjusting to a different schedule than what I was doing at my previous full-time job. So just bearing with me, videos are going to be kind of few and far, but I will get back in the swing of it as soon as I possibly can. I just know that I saw Glass Onion, I got really excited about it, and I really wanted to do a video for it. So I'll do more videos as soon as I possibly can, but I just wanted to let you guys know why I haven't been doing much videos lately. I'm just kind of readjusting to a new schedule. So anyway, guys, thank you again as always for watching. If you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe right here if you haven't already, and until next time, guys, take care.